This is Greg Noyes of Pacific West Home Inspections. And today I'm doing a house in Pasadena. The original house is 1922. It has an extremely deep lot, and the house has been remodeled and retrofitted. And the first thing we're going to look at today is how to shut off the power, and then we'll go on to gas and then electricity. So on the right exterior of the house, they have a new panel, square D they put in, and to shut off the power, you just bring the switch over to the left side, and that'll cut off all the power to your breakers here. And you notice that they have some of these newer arc fault breakers here as well. So that's a newer requirement as of 2004. The everything's labeled where we like to see it, and so that's what you have. Next thing we'll look at is gas. At the left exterior of the house, we find the gas meter here, and to shut off the gas, it's on the pipe coming up from the soil, and there's a tang here. When it's up and down, it's on. When you turn it 90 degrees, it's off. So you want to get a wrench, and you have to buy a wrench for it. In case of an earthquake, you can shut it off. The front part of the house, they use wood siding, and in the rear, newer part of the house, it's a concrete hardy board. At the front of the house, we find the main shutoff valve for the water, and you dig down through these weeds here. It's this red handle here, and you turn it to the side and it shuts it off. So we also like to see a pressure relief valve when you have a pressure regulator. This is a pressure regulator here, so it's missing a pressure relief valve. And so those are the three utilities. Next thing to do is climb the roof. So I have the ladder set up and I'm climbing the roof now. The flashing at the very front of the house, the valley flashing, this is supposed to extend an inch beyond the fascia board, and so it's a little bit underneath. It'll probably suffice, but it's not done for the standards. We don't want water to roll over on the onto the fascia board. So from the street, I could tell today that this is a older type of chimney, and it's been retrofitted at one point, so it's not it's a single wall chimney, and you can see it's deteriorated and coming apart. So it cannot be used. This will have to be inspected by a chimney specialist, and he can give you some alternatives on how it can be rebuilt to be used. There's no cap on it, spark arrestor cap, ring cap. So water over the years has been getting down inside the moist on the inside bricks and mortar joints, things like that. So you can see it's just sand. The mortar before 1936, there's a different consistency. And you can see down in here, it's just with my screwdrivers, it's coming apart. So it's basically a pile of bricks. The roof is a couple years old, good shape. And over on the left side, they have a tree nearby, so you want to get up there and sweep off the debris here. You do have to do it on an annual basis. And I'm going to bring the camera up, and you can see all the way down to the rear of the house. And I want to point out another thing here. The very top of the roofs, where the two roofs come together, we call this a ridge cap. And after 8 to 10 years, this will start to deteriorate, and so you'll replace just the ridge caps, and then you get another 10 years out of the roof itself. This type of roofing typically lasts 22 years. So the transition from the older part of the house to the new, you can see the valley here has got some debris buildup, And then we saw this from earlier. There is a kick out, but they cut it, so that kick out flashing probably should be a little higher. It may suffice, but it looks like it's been cut. They have ridge vents on this middle part, and they didn't use ridge vents on the rear. Ridge vents are attic ventilation, and I don't know if you can see it here, but you see the mesh here, so air can get out through here on a hot summer day. The hot air will escape through there, and we don't see too much of it in houses, but it's a nice feature to have. And then the rear here, you've got your furnace vent, and they brought it up, which you like to see, and your water heater should be up 2 feet or so. Now in the rear here, there's one section here. It's getting most of the sun, and this roof here is deteriorating. You see the base material, the fibers here, starting to go. So, but I was told today the roof is about 2 to 3 years old, and but again, your roof here on the southern exposures will wear faster. And you can see in this section of the roof, again, the roof vents here. You see the vents, so that's something we'll have to see. Around the, I'll bring the camera around. It's a newer driveway for part of the way, and from the right exterior, from the gate to most of the house part, is an old driveway itself. I'm going to bring the camera around, and it's all wood fence, deteriorated granite walkways, very nicely done. It's been packed. And so that's what you have. We have pavers for the back rear patio. So this is the front crawl space, and they retrofitted the foundation to for the bolting. You can see that bolting plate over there, and they have these piers. So they these beams here, they use a 4x6 today, and they use 4x4. So that's why you have some of that areas where it's sloping. And as we bring the camera around, you'll see this pier here is slightly tilted and missing metal connectors here. This white. This is a 1922 home, and it's been retrofitted the last couple of years. They've added a couple of bathrooms and 2 bedrooms to the rear of the house and a attached garage. And so I'm finishing up today. Please read the report. And I am Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections, and I can be reached at 818-271-0417 or on the web as ehomeinspector.com.